October is here, which means it's officially Q4. It's the perfect time to get intentional about the rest of the year and start off 2025 on the right foot. Today, I'm walking you through how I plan my content, travel, and goals for the rest of the year. We'll be setting up strategies to wrap up the year and get ahead for 2025. Hi, I'm Taya. I'm a travel content creator who posts weekly videos inspiring other creators how to elevate their brand, land paid collabs, and travel more. I love using October as kind of like a reset button for the rest of the year. These last 3 months are all about tying up loose ends, hitting those end of year goals, and prepping for a fresh start to 2025. When goal planning, you want to make sure that your goals are attainable. So I always start by planning small attainable goals rather than just one big one, because if I'm not accomplishing smaller things and I realize that I might not get to my final end goal, I'm going to be very defeated, and honestly I probably wouldn't even want to try to reach the goal if I see that I'm not making progress in that moment of time. For example, I have monthly goals, and when I see what I'm doing well with those or what I need to change with those, it helps keep me motivated and continuously working for that long-term goal. I recorded this whole video but my mic wasn't working, so I'm trying not to be salty. So some things might already be done. I always start with a paper traditional planner. I love having everything on like the digital, the laptops, blah blah, but I'm a paper pencil girly through and through because I can use like cute colors. I'm only gonna do October now, and then at the end of October I'll do November and so on. I like to plan dates that I know are not changing. For example, every Thursday is my recording days, and then every Friday is my editing days. So on Thursday I'm recording all my short form content, and then Fridays I'm editing, creating my cover photo, writing the caption, pinned comments, etc., so that when each week comes, I can just copy and paste and upload. I've implemented all my recording days, my Pinterest batching days. I've also added my stickers for days where I am cleaning, and then other important dates I have. This Saturday I'm going to an Atlanta United match, so I have that in here. Content planning is the key to staying consistent. I always say if you're not going into the week or the month with a clear plan, then you're kind of setting yourself up with failure. It's the same for meal prepping. I used to always say failing to prep is prepping to fail. So it's pretty much the same with content. It's the same with anything you want to be consistent with. If you're not setting a structured plan and knowing what you're going to do, you're kind of just wasting your time, and you're not going to take it as seriously as you would if you had everything written down and prepared for you. So this is my content calendar. I use the Notion app to plan out my content and my monthly analysis. So before I plan my content, I go and analyze the previous month's content. This is my best and worst reels based on views, shares, engagement, saves, etc. And then I go in and kind of analyze the highest reels towards the end to kind of talk about what they're similar in and what commonalities can I find. So for example, most of my posts last month did great on a Thursday. So if I have a really good reel idea that I'm excited about, I can make sure that it's on a Thursday this month. And then I'll add those to my content planning brain idea dump. Once I've figured out an idea for my reel, I'll drag it over to my idea or my filming area, and then that's how I keep organized what reels that I want to post this month, what I'm currently filming, what I'm currently editing, and what's ready to be posted. Here's an example of a completed idea for content that I'm creating. It has notes for me while I'm recording, the caption, pinned comments, and whatever note that I want to add. It also has a caption for TikTok in case I want to repost it on TikTok as well. And once I'm done recording and editing a reel, I'll just drag up the little block into the calendar, and then it'll add to a day of the month, and then I know what day I'm posting it on. Let me know if you want an in-depth tutorial on my content planning process. Travel is a huge part of my content. Not only that, but it's a huge part of my personal life, as I love traveling. It's a hobby of mine, something that I'm very passionate of. So I always make sure that I do a rough overview of my travel plans going in towards the end of the year, especially because the end of the year is holiday time. These months are typically pretty busy. So having this all written down makes my concise planning that I do when I do have a trip approaching 10 times easier. I have a big trip coming up to Japan at the end of November, which I'm so excited about. So I'm going to start looking at a few cities that I want to add and a few things to do. After researching, I'll just start jotting down a few ideas of things that I come across that look interesting that I might want to look into later once I start planning more in depth. I know I want to travel after Christmas, so I'm going to go to Google Flights and type in those dates and see what comes up. Make sure when you're on Google Flights you are in private or incognito mode so you don't mess it up for the rest of us. But seriously though. So right now I just look at flights literally anywhere in the world, typical places that I like going or places that I have on my bucket list, and see which flights are the best deal, the best price, best flight time, etc. And then I'll jot all those down and compare. This will help me be able to narrow down the best trip destination for that time. Goal setting is how I stay intentional, especially with balancing my professional and personal life. I always make sure that I check in with my vision board, assess my goals and where I'm at, and make any changes if needed. This is my yearly goal tracker, and every month so far this year I have gone in and updated my goals. Did I accomplish the goals? Did I fall short on them? So that I can continue working towards my long-term goals that I set for myself at the beginning of this year. These were my goals that I set for September. I go through and I check off everything that I did accomplish, and then I'll leave blank what I didn't accomplish and need to work on. So here I'm writing what I fell short on, and then here I'm writing what I accomplished this month. And this will kind of fuel what I have for my October goals. So for October, I'll go in and write a way where I can improve what I fell short on, and then a way that I can improve the goals that I did meet so that I can continue to grow and achieve my long-term goals in the end. While planning for the end of this year, I'm also thinking about 2025. What can I improve from next year? What goals do I want to hit next year? This forward-thinking approach helps me stay motivated. Check out my downloadable accountability checklist in the description below to help you stay consistent and accountable with social media, self-care, and health and wellness. I loved creating this video even though I had a little error in the beginning. It's like a little accountability check for myself as well. Thank you so much for planning with me today. I hope you found this helpful and it gives you a little motivation to start these next 3 months of the year. If you want more content like this, let me know and I'll see you next week.